Hello, everyone. Today, we will be conducting safety and health education training. This training session includes the following chapters: Summary of Occupational Safety and Health Act, Defensive Driving Concepts, Organic Solvent Training, Safety Standard of Machinery, Equipment and Tools, Workplace Harassment Prevention. The first part is Summary of Occupational Safety and Health Act. Article 1. This act is enacted to protect workers' safety and health and to prevent occupational accidents. Article 2. The terms occupational accidents referred to in this act mean any diseases, injuries, disabilities, or deaths of workers caused by buildings, machinery, equipment, raw materials, chemicals, gases, vapors, dusts, etc., at the place of duty, or as a result of work activities, or due to other occupational causes. Is every injury that occurs in the workplace considered an occupational accident? The answer is false. Injuries resulting from arguments and physical altercations between colleagues in the workplace that are unrelated to job tasks are generally not classified as occupational accidents, according to the Article 18. When there is a concern of a potential imminent danger at a workplace, the employers or people responsible for the worksite shall immediately issue orders to halt work and withdraw laborers to a safe location. When laborers discover there is a concern of a threat of imminent danger while executing their duties, under conditions in which the safety of other workers is not jeopardized, they may terminate work of their own accord and withdraw to safe locations, and immediately report to their direct supervisors. The employers shall not dismiss, reassign, not pay wages for the period of work on halt, or otherwise impose unfavorably treatment on laborers taking actions prescribed in the preceding paragraph. However, employers are not subject to this restriction if they can prove that laborers have abused their rights to suspend work and have been affirmed by the competent authority for having complied with labor regulations. The employers shall conduct pre-employment physical examinations for laborers at the time of employment for currently employed laborers. The following health examinations shall be conducted. As stated in the article, Top Union arranges annual health checkups for all employees, which are mandatory. Radiation-related workers are also subject to special health examinations. As the Article 22, business entities employing 50 or more laborers shall employ or contract medical personnel to conduct health management, occupational disease prevention, health promotion, and other activities to ensure the health and protection of laborers. Top Union specially hires professional occupational disease medical specialists to provide health consultation services. If you have any health problems, colleagues are welcome to participate and use resources. The company's corporate nurse is responsible for handling the following matters for company employees. If you experience any discomfort, are pregnant, or have health-related concerns, feel free to seek assistance. The company complies with the regulations outlined in Articles 30 and 31. An employer may not assign female employees who are pregnant or have given birth within the past year to perform hazardous or harmful work unless it is assessed and the individual agrees in writing. If, during the protection period, a physician determines that the original job is not suitable for the worker, the employer should assist in making adjustments. Regarding measures for the protection of pregnancy and maternal health, applications are welcome. Rights of expectant mothers in Top Union. 1. Expectant mothers should proactively inform their supervisors and the Occupational Health and Safety Center about their pregnancy. The center will provide a mommy package. 2. Female colleagues who are pregnant and exposed to ionizing radiation, handling heavy objects or working night shifts are considered maternal health protection subjects, upon a doctor's evaluation confirming their unsuitability for their current job, they can apply for job adjustment. 3. Pregnant colleagues are entitled to motorcycle and car compassion parking spaces. Please apply through the main switchboard. 4. Female colleagues who have given birth can apply to use the lactation room for up to 60 minutes daily, with no usage limits. Employers shall provide laborers with all necessary safety and health education and training to perform duties and prevent accidents. For example, personnel involved in radiation-related operations need to undergo relevant training. When the company arranges training, employees are required to participate. Employers shall prepare, in consultation with labor representatives, appropriate safety and health work rules which suit their needs. Laborers shall conscientiously abide by the rules in the preceding paragraph. Workers may file complaints with the employers, the competent authority, or labor inspection agencies if one of followings is discovered. 1. The business entities are in violation of this Act or related safety and health regulations. 2. A suspected occupational disease. 3. Physical or psychological harm. The employers shall not dismiss, transfer, or otherwise unfavorably treat workers who filed appeal pursuant. Employees are required to comply with the Occupational Safety and Health Act. Refusal of health examinations, physical examinations, or violations of safety and health regulations may result in a fine of up to $3,000. The second part is about defensive driving concepts. In 2023, all of the top unions' traffic accidents involved motorcycle collisions. Defensive driving refers to being attentive while riding a motorcycle and anticipating others' lack of attention. How to implement the defensive driving concept? Fully understand the performance of the car, be proficient in driving skills, and be alert at all times to observe the whereabouts and movements of other passersby, and decide in advance how to respond. For example, Case 1. The worker was riding an electric motorcycle and slipped while trying to avoid other vehicles. When riding on mountain roads, your vision may be easily obstructed, so please slow down and drive slowly. Let's watch a few videos about defensive driving.
Hi, I'm Michelle Yeoh. As an actress, I've been in many dangerous situations on screen, but I always get to walk away. In real life though, most people don't. So when you're on your motorcycle, follow these safe steps and help save lives. Motorcycles are a popular form of transport. If you are a rider or a passenger, always wear a helmet. Make sure it's good quality with clear vision and fits well with the straps done up. Always be aware of bigger vehicles around you. Stay out of their blind spots. Avoid weaving between vehicles and across lanes. Keep a safe distance from other motorists. This gives you enough time to react in dangerous situations. We all have a role in road safety. Follow these safe steps and play your part. For more road safety advice, visit safesteps.com.
Hi, welcome back to hsebox.com. In this toolbox we will talk about defensive driving. Defensive driving is a particular style of road driving that makes use of various techniques and tactics to help you stay safe and keep away from problems caused by other road users. Safety is the main benefit of defensive driving, as you are less likely to be involved in an accident if you follow a few simple rules. In all cases, while operating a motor vehicle, drivers should practice defensive driving techniques. Defensive driving is the art of driving so as to prevent and avoid traffic crashes, regardless of the unsafe conditions and actions created by other drivers and adverse road and/or weather conditions. A good defensive driver will practice the following 8 techniques. Glance well ahead in the direction of travel. Look 2 or 3 vehicles ahead to observe driving conditions in front of you. This allows you to consider a condition before you reach it. Get the big picture, learn to see the entire roadway. Sweep the scene, sides and back. Avoid tunnel vision. Keep your eyes moving, position vehicles slightly offset to traffic to increase your field of vision. Always allow an escape route. Leave a cushion by slowing or moving ahead of the vehicles beside you. Keep your vehicle visible and signal your intentions early. When stopped prior to making left turns across oncoming traffic, leave wheels straight to prevent being pushed into incoming traffic in the event of a rear-end crash. When entering intersections, practice looking left, right, left. Be sure to come to a full stop before proceeding. Learn to compensate for hazards such as weather, debris, potholes, loose gravel, or sand, and always maintain a cautious driving attitude. Remember, when entering a rotary, that Massachusetts law requires you to yield to vehicles already in the rotary. Always remember, you are responsible for your safety. When you drive, you need to keep in mind you are using very dangerous equipment, and a mistake can lead to serious accidents. Don't forget that the goal of driving is to take you from point A to point B safely. And remember, you better lose 1 minute in your life than your life in a minute.
The third part is about organic solvent. There are several definitions for organic solvents. Organic compounds that are volatile liquids at normal temperature and pressure, with the ability to dissolve other substances. Flammable liquids. Compounds containing carbon. Inhalation can lead to excitement or numbness. Can cause inflammation of the liver, kidneys, skin, eyes, and nervous system. According to the classification based on the rules for the prevention of organic solvent poisoning. The first type of organic solvents, comprising 7 categories. And their mixtures, which are toxic in nature. The second type of organic solvents, comprising 41 categories. And their mixtures, which are flammable. The third type of organic solvents, comprising 7 categories. And their mixtures, which have a lower level of hazard. The list of organic solvents, please refer to the following link. And Top Union will use which organic solvent? The answer is isopropyl alcohol. It belongs to the second type of organic solvent. Top Union will use the following organic solvent. Like YC237, its composition includes isopropyl alcohol. The Flux 985M is also includes organic solvent. Organic solvents can have various effects on the human body. Firstly, they have a narcotic effect on the nervous system, similar to the effects of alcohol consumption. This may lead to a lack of self-control, resulting in uncontrollable laughter or crying at times. Secondly, they can cause severe nerve poisoning, leading to symptoms such as tension, fear, fatigue, and even unconsciousness. Thirdly, they affect the lungs and respiratory system. Some organic solvents can impact breathing, leading to increased respiratory rates, loss of smell, and inflammation of the throat. Lastly, they can damage the blood and hematopoietic system. Fifth, they can lead to liver toxicity and affect metabolism. Some organic solvents may cause symptoms such as muscle pain, loss of appetite, nausea, and vomiting. Sixth, they can impact the kidneys, which are the organs responsible for excreting toxins. Kidneys are highly susceptible to poisoning, and severe cases may lead to nephritis. Seventh, they can cause skin diseases. Contact with organic solvents can result in redness or itching due to skin sensitivity. The classification and labeling of CNS 15030 chemical is as shown in the picture. Regarding the labeling of hazardous chemicals, please refer to Attachment 1, Regulation of Labeling and Hazard Communication of Hazardous Chemicals. Safety Data Sheet is a document that lists information relating to occupational safety and health for the use of various substances and products. The SDS follows a 16-section format, which is internationally agreed. Section 1, Identification of the substance, mixture and of the company, undertaking. Section 2, Hazards Identification. Section 3, Composition, information on ingredients. Section 4, First aid measures. Section 5, Firefighting measures. Section 6, Accidental release measure. Section 7, Handling and storage. Section 8, Exposure controls, personal protection. Section 9, Physical and chemical properties. Section 10, Stability and reactivity. Section 11, Toxicological information. Section 12, Ecological information. Section 13, Disposal considerations. Section 14, Transport information. Section 15, Regulatory information. Section 16, Other information. Safety data sheets need to include the above 16 chapters. The areas within the company where SDS, safety data sheets, are placed include various production lines on the first to third floors, the security room, the explosion-proof room, and the general facilities of the main plant. Interested colleagues are welcome to review them at their convenience. Here are some case photos that actually occurred at Top Union. When placing organic solvents, ensure that the safety label faces outward, and place organic solvents in a leak-proof tray. When organic solvents splash, we need use the emergency shower. The emergency shower on the first floor is located next to the explosion-proof room. The emergency shower on the second floor is located in the X-ray room. The organic solvents placed directly in drawers, without a leak-proof tray and ventilation equipment, which may lead to the hazard of high concentrations of organic solvent vapors and the risk of fire or explosion. After using organic solvent containers, the lids should be immediately closed to prevent solvent vapor from evaporating and dispersing in the workspace. Do not use empty beverage bottles or other containers to hold organic solvents, to avoid misuse or accidental ingestion. Do not use easily spillable containers, as it can lead to the evaporation and dispersion of solvents. A soldering iron is a heat source and poses a fire hazard when near organic solvents. Containers with organic solvents are placed randomly without using a leak-proof tray. It's false. According to the safety standard of machinery, equipment and tools, except that has mechanism to prevent hazard from the slider, a power press machine or a power shear machine shall have a safeguard, a safety die, be a particular purpose press or shear machine, be an automatic press or shear machine. The safety device of the press or shear machine shall have one of the following functions. 1. Interlocked guard safety device. It can prevent a body part intervening to the hazard zone while the slider in closing action. 2. Two-hand control safety device. 3. Sensing safety device. It can make the slider stop if a body part is closing to the hazard zone, while the slider in closing action. 4. Pull back or push out safety device. It can follow the slider moving to withdraw or push a body part out from the hazard zone. The safety devices referred in the preceding subparagraphs shall be not easy impairment or alteration. To prevent machine-related accidents, ensure safety devices are used or safety measures strictly followed, including safety fences, shields. When engaged in maintenance work, ensure the power is turned off. The machine is locked and a maintenance sign is displayed in a visible location. When performing machine maintenance operations, it is essential to power off and lock, and hang a sign indicating, under maintenance. Ensure that the operation is carried out by a team of 2 persons. Workers are prohibited from using gloves when operating rotating cutting tools. 5 key points for preventing pinch and roll is: install safety guards or enclosures in areas where machinery poses a pinch and roll risk. Implement visible and easily operable emergency braking devices, such as safety bars, ropes, or safety light curtains. During inspection, setup, cleaning, maintenance, and other operations, power off the machinery, lock it, and use signage. When operating machinery, workers should secure their hair, wear well-fitted clothing, and avoid wearing scarves, headscarves, or similar attire. If workers need to operate machinery with pinch and roll risks, they should receive appropriate safety protection, training, and education. Here are some case photos that actually occurred at Top Union. After completing the maintenance of the protective cover, it should be immediately reinstalled to prevent pinch and roll hazards. Warning signs should be posted in areas with pinch and roll hazards. Two-handed operation safety device to prevent hand injuries. Do not wear gloves while operating the splitting machine. Maintain a proper safety distance between both hands and the blade. Let's watch a few videos about machine safety.
2 workers were operating a packaging machine at a factory. One of the workers was trying to pull out a film stuck inside the machine while the machine was in operation. The sealer head suddenly came down and crushed his hand. 2 of his fingers had to be amputated. To prevent similar accidents, consider the following measures. Operate the machine only if you are trained and authorized to do so. Check that machine guards are in place. Follow the safe work procedure for machine operation.
Lockout-tagout is one of the most important safety concepts in the workplace. Lockout-tagout is the procedure that we use to control hazardous energy during processes like maintenance and inspections. The world we live in is powered by all sorts of energy sources. This energy powers our work. But if this energy isn't controlled, it can be dangerous and even deadly. This becomes especially important during maintenance activities like inspections and repairs. The way to control hazardous energy is by using lockout-tagout procedures. In lockout-tagout, the lock physically isolates the source of energy to prevent any accidental activation. The tag provides important information. Lockout procedures have 4 basic parts. Number 1, identify hazardous energy sources. Number 2, de-energize these sources. Number 3, apply locks and tags to prevent unintentional startup during work. And number 4, test the system to make sure energy isolation was successful. This is sometimes referred to as tryout. Then conduct your maintenance work safely. Once the work is finished, make sure you get everyone and all equipment out. Then you may remove the locks and tags and re-energize the system. Control energy hazards to keep yourself and your coworkers safe. Remember, lockout, tagout, and tryout to control hazardous energy sources.
The last part is about prevention and treatment of sexual harassment in the workplace. We are here to understand how to prevent workplace harassment. Before we delve into this topic, let's talk about gender equality. Gender equality refers to the aspiration for both men and women to achieve equal status in society. In traditional Chinese and Eastern cultures, which were patriarchal societies, there was a prevailing belief that women should marry and return to the family. This often led to a cultural preference for men and reinforced a male-dominant societal structure. This link between sexual harassment and patriarchal societies is rooted in the belief that men can freely express themselves in public, make jokes, and face fewer constraints or demands. On the other hand, women were expected to uphold chastity, and in unfortunate cases of sexual assault leading to pregnancy, they might be pressured to marry the male perpetrator. Men, in turn, might be compelled to bear significant responsibilities. Under such a patriarchal system, both men and women can be negatively affected. In modern times, the trend towards gender equality has gained prominence. Events like Pound Metu have brought attention to the hidden crisis of sexual harassment in our daily lives. Now, issues related to sexual misconduct in language and behavior are more openly addressed, and there are legal avenues for complaints. Now, let's dive into understanding the occurrence of sexual harassment. Have you ever heard of sexual harassment? Sexual harassment refers to actions or words related to sex or gender that make someone feel uncomfortable, offended, or insulted. Studies show that 1 in 5 women has experienced sexual harassment. It's essential to recognize that both men and women may encounter sexual harassment, making it an issue that requires attention from both genders. Since we spend a significant part of our day in the workplace, it is crucial to create a safe and healthy work environment. Encountering workplace harassment can lead to discomfort at work. Let's work together to establish a safe and healthy workplace. Now, let's explore what sexual harassment is. Sexual harassment can be divided into verbal harassment, behavioral harassment, and environmental harassment. Verbal harassment. This type of harassment typically includes inappropriate verbal comments, jokes, or remarks related to factors such as gender, race, religion, or sexual orientation. For example, imagine a colleague, Kevin, who consistently engages in loud conversations in the office, sharing personal sexual experiences and stories. Even if you do not want to listen, you are forced to hear his discussions. This situation falls under verbal harassment. Behavioral harassment. Behavioral harassment involves inappropriate gestures, postures, glances, or other physical actions that make others uncomfortable or distressed. For instance, consider a situation where Lisa needed help with an unfamiliar computer system and asked her coworker, Tom, for assistance. However, Tom grabbed Lisa's hand that was using the mouse without her consent, making her feel extremely uncomfortable. This situation falls under behavioral harassment. Environmental harassment. Environmental harassment typically involves creating an unfriendly, intimidating, or hostile atmosphere that makes others feel uncomfortable. In today's age of widespread smartphone usage, everyone is part of various group chats. Sending offensive content to a group chat without consent is a form of environmental harassment. For example, in our department, we established a group chat to share interesting things we come across. However, one day, our supervisor sent a sexually explicit image and a lewd joke to the group chat, making everyone uncomfortable. This situation falls under environmental harassment. Hostile environment. A hostile environment is an extended form of harassment. It occurs when the workplace is consistently filled with offensive, intimidating, and exclusionary behaviors, creating an overall atmosphere of hostility. This may result from numerous individual incidents.
Oh, nice view. Hey, don't move. Stay like that.
Yeah. Why don't you quit gawking and get back to work? Idiots.
Hey, girls, why don't you take your break now? We got just enough time for a little.
Just ignore them. Why won't you leave me alone?
That Charlie again? Man, he's really got it bad for you.
Hey, you. Let's get drinks after work tonight. Leave your car. I've got wheels. And now a selfie on his motorcycle. And a text. It's a great ride.
When we become victims of workplace harassment, we often experience complex emotions. Let's explore these emotions. Confusion. When facing harassment, the perpetrator may be someone close, like a friend or coworker. It's easy to doubt your feelings, thinking the offender didn't mean harm or that you might be overly sensitive. You may even blame yourself for feeling uncomfortable. Helplessness. Victims often fear that no one will believe them, and speaking up may worsen the situation or lead to retaliation. This fear can prevent them from reporting the harassment. Anger and embarrassment. You might feel anger and humiliation towards the hostile environment and the perpetrator for their behavior. You wonder how someone could treat you this way? Worry. You may worry that resisting the harasser's advances could make things worse. What if you're seen as overly sensitive or troublesome, potentially making the situation even more challenging? In these complex emotional situations, self-doubt can creep in, and you may lose trust in society. Therefore, when facing sexual harassment, it's crucial to trust your feelings and not blame yourself. We must also understand that what we consider harmless dirty jokes or boundary-crossing actions can affect others emotionally and mentally. Some individuals may develop a fear of close interactions with strangers, even in seemingly innocent situations like crowded buses. Therefore, in our everyday interactions, we should strive to avoid making others uncomfortable. Sexual harassment goes beyond the actions mentioned. Making fun of someone's gender expression, sexual orientation, or mocking someone for not fitting traditional stereotypes also falls under the umbrella of sexual harassment. Additionally, obsessive pursuit in personal relationships, such as stalking, surveillance, or invasion of privacy, can lead to distress and is a form of harassment.
Hello? It's you again. Gosh, this is the third time today. No, I don't care if this is my once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get the sucker 3000 vacuum cleaner. Please, just stop harassing me.
Sexual harassment is a type of bullying intended to hurt or intimidate someone. It can include making sexual jokes, comments, or gestures to or about someone, spreading sexual rumors in person, by text, or online, writing sexual messages about people on bathroom stalls or in other public places, showing someone inappropriate sexual pictures or videos, touching, grabbing, or pinching someone in a deliberately sexual way, asking someone to send you naked pictures of herself or himself, pulling at someone's clothing, and brushing up against someone in a purposefully sexual way. If you are being harassed, don't blame yourself. The idea that someone was asking for it because of something they did, said, or were wearing is false and unacceptable. It often can be helpful to start by telling the person doing the harassing to stop. Let him or her know that this behavior is not okay with you. If that doesn't stop the harassment, don't just ignore the behavior. Usually, ignoring it won't make it stop. Instead, tell a trusted adult about it. Telling someone sooner leads to faster results. You should keep a record of the events that have happened. That way you'll have them if your school or family has to take legal action. Remember, no one has the right to sexually harass or bully anyone else, no matter what.
Till next time, don't forget to visit me at amaze.org or go to my YouTube channel to watch more. Bye!
Now, let's discuss how to seek help and handle harassment. If you encounter workplace harassment, and your department manager is not a related party, or a person you can trust, you may report the issue to your department manager for further escalation. If your department manager is involved in the harassment incident, or is not a trustworthy individual, you can also reach out to the HR department. We will assist the involved party in filing a complaint and initiate an investigation in accordance with our anti-harassment policies and disciplinary procedures. During the investigation, our staff will help gather evidence based on your account. This may include collecting witness testimonies, physical evidence, identifying other victims with similar experiences, and reviewing photos or video recordings. Even chat logs from common messaging apps can serve as valuable evidence. We understand that one of the biggest concerns is the fear of retaliation, awkward encounters, or the possibility of being fired after reporting harassment. Please rest assured that the company takes a strong stance against workplace harassment, and investigations will be conducted anonymously to ensure your safety and confidentiality. If you find yourself under stress, anxiety, or suffering from trauma as a result of harassment, it's essential to seek resources to address these emotions. This may include seeking assistance from the company's mental health services or counseling. We hope that this session has provided you with a better understanding of sexual harassment and how to address it. enabling you to work in a safer and more secure environment. Please make sure to fill out the worksheet. Thank you for listening.